In this video, I'll show you a nice product that I'm now carrying on my web store from MillerTech, which is the Model 1648 16-inch Oscillating Pedestal fan. Now I know it's a little late in the season for helping out with the summer heat in the United States, but oh well, better late than never. And I'm going to discount it to close out the season until October 30th. So be sure to watch to the end of the video for more information on that. Now, even though I'm just getting around to announcing this product, it's not a new product. It has been in the MillerTech catalog for a while, and like most of their products, gets sold mostly to the Amish community in Ohio and Pennsylvania and surrounding areas. Now I mention that because the Amish live off the grid, and so they're demanding customers that use this stuff every day. They depend on fans like this, so if MillerTech is willing to put a 5-year warranty on it, I'm feeling pretty confident with its design and durability. It also features a brushless motor, which should last forever. But as always, we'll put the fan through its paces and do some real-world testing later in the video. Inside the box we have the fan itself in a few pieces and a bunch of accessories. Please note that even though you will see a Milwaukee power tool battery adapter here, that doesn't actually come with the fan. That's an optional accessory. But it comes with an AC adapter to use this in your home like any other fan. Most likely, if you're watching this video, though, you're probably more interested in the fact that this fan can be powered directly with direct current. So it comes with a DC power cable as well, with a cigarette lighter adapter on the end. I don't really know why they decided to put the cigarette lighter adapter on the end unless they assume that you're going to buy the Milwaukee adapter. Because no one's going to use this fan in their car and plug it into the actual cigarette lighter, especially with this short of a cord. But since they chose to do it that way, I would have liked to have seen them include a cable with a cigarette lighter socket on one end and bare leads or ring terminals on the other end for use with a battery bank or for someone to attach their own connectors on, such as Anderson power pole connectors. Here you can see the manual that it comes with. Now, if you go check this fan out on Amazon and read the reviews, you'll see it gets good reviews, but the one common complaint it does seem to have is the user manual. Now, after going through the manual, I personally didn't see anything wrong with it, but we'll see after we put this thing together. I also did want to mention before we move on that it does come with a remote control, which is pretty cool because it can magnetically attach to the fan for safekeeping so it doesn't get lost when you're not using it. The fan can be assembled in about 5 minutes with just a Phillips head screwdriver. My impression as I was putting this together was that the pieces feel sturdy and well made. I reviewed a much cheaper, smaller MillerTech fan several months ago that's all plastic, but this thing definitely has some metal in it and should take significantly more abuse. Another impression was I really like the detachable face for the fan. It's held on with a removable clip and makes it really easy to clean once the front grille and fan blades get dusty. And after fully assembling the unit, I can see where there are some minor complaints with the manual. While I didn't necessarily have any trouble with the assembly, I did have to reread some of the steps a few times to fully understand what I was supposed to do. They're definitely not the worst instructions I've seen recently, but they could use a little improvement. With the fan now fully assembled, you can see how tall it is compared to me. That should put it at desk or bed height, which is right about where you want it. To test it out, we'll first use the AC adapter and wall power. You'll notice that on the front of the fan it has all electronic buttons instead of any knobs or switches. Yes, there are quite a few LED lights on the front. I know there will be some questions about turning them off for those who like to sleep in complete darkness, so yes, you can turn them off. To operate the fan, you're definitely going to want to read the manual. Yes, I'm one of those people too that doesn't read manuals, but in this case you will get confused on the fan speeds if you don't read. The first setting, which is the default, is a setting that mimics the wind. What that means is the fan speed increases and decreases seemingly at random. Now that's not my cup of tea, but definitely a rare feature that some people are going to like. The 2nd through 6th settings are the normal fan settings you would expect, from low speed at number 2 to high speed at number 6. Now on to performance. Unfortunately, I don't really have a way to measure the volume of air being pushed by this fan, but it isn't going to blow you away. No pun intended. The highest setting is probably about a medium setting on your typical cheapo box fan from Walmart. But raw power isn't why you buy this fan. So let's talk about the efficiency, energy consumption, and sound levels instead. Using the AC adapter on the highest fan setting, the fan's consuming about 31 watts. On the lowest setting, it uses a little under 7 watts. Not bad, but you do lose a little power in the conversion from alternating current. So let's see what it does when it is connected to 12-volt DC power. On high, it uses about 26 watts, and on low, about the same at a little under 7 watts. Alright, let's move on to sound levels. For comparison, I grabbed another fan to test alongside the MillerTech. Unfortunately, I don't have one the same exact size, so take it for what it's worth. I also don't have the most sophisticated test equipment in the world. I'm just going to be using a sound meter on my smartphone. On the highest fan setting, the MillerTech fan averaged 45 decibels from about 2 feet away to the side. I tried to approximate the same airflow with the smaller fan, which ended up being its medium setting. It averaged 54 decibels. Then I repeated the process for the lowest setting on each fan, and the MillerTech was 37 decibels and the smaller fan was 44 decibels. Now that may not seem like a big deal, but on high, the smaller fan was almost 3 times louder than the MillerTech. On low, it was still over twice as loud. So if you want a quiet fan that still moves a decent amount of air, this one's pretty good. The last feature that I wanted to go over, which really sets this MillerTech fan apart from all of its competition, is the ability to use power tool batteries as a power source. As I mentioned, that is an optional accessory which will cost you an extra $32, but it gives you a unique option to use a very portable, safe battery pack that you already have lying around your garage and use it with this fan. There are power tool battery adapters for DeWalt 20-volt batteries, as well as Milwaukee and Makita 18-volt batteries. And they're 3D printed, which I personally really like. In conclusion, this is a solid fan with some unique features and options that carries a much longer warranty than most of its competitors. For example, there's an Amazon fan that looks very similar and costs half as much, but it only has a 1-year warranty and can't be powered directly by DC power, let alone power tool batteries. So if you're looking for a nice fan for your off-grid cabin or maybe for everyday use with an option to use it in emergencies, this is your fan. Visit my web store at store.ldsreliance.com and buy one of these for $99 before October 30th. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more products and information on MillerTech in the future.